cheer on deck this September. Congratulations to Karen Skinner. Looking for 340 and 342.
I think we should do this at the football games, cheerleaders. They sell these raffle tickets. That's all they have to do. They're going to do the split thing. I don't know if we can. I don't know if it's legal. If they can, I don't know.
In first place, our high school varsity large division goes to Williamsville North.
You weren't ready, man.
Flashing again. I took it too soon.
In our college division, second place goes to Niagara University. And in third place in our college division, Canisius College.
Most points, yeah. booster club presidents would like to say a few quick notes, then Steve, our athletic director, is going to say something, and then we'll get it on with the award. So here is one of our booster club presidents.
Just got a chance to go through the buffet line. Please feel free to get up when people are talking and go back for seconds. For those of you who are seated behind the pole, she and her committee worked very hard, putting all the goodies you see when you came in and on your tables together. Don't go away, Coach Lorraine. I think... Oh, okay. Don't go away.
I just opened a Velcro dartboard, and in the center it's a picture of her doing her dance while her girls are on, which is my favorite moment of all time. It was the best idea, whoever came up with that. Thank you very much.
That's so great.
I'm going to pass it on to Varsity.
Even cheerleaders have rivals. You know how that works. Who are you going to be? Who you got to be? This year, my personal goal for the banquet was to make it the record all-time cookie banquet of all time. And so far, we're doing pretty well. Normally, these things are long and drawn out and so sad. And it is so sad because I'm going to be losing some really great girls this year. They're going away to college. Woo, woo, woo. But I'm also going to be sweet, get to the point, keep it quick. You know how it goes. I want to start off by thanking the parents. I couldn't do my job without you. As you know, Nationals is a big goal of ours this year. And Elena can stand up here next to me.
Just look in the corner.
Nationals was a big goal of ours this year to get there. And for those of you guys who have never been to Nationals, maybe she has to go back to the corner. For those of you guys who've never been to Nationals, it's a big commitment of time and money and a lot of fundraising. So getting your help and encouragement throughout the year really made it possible for all of us to be able to go down and afford it and have a really good time. And it's not just the varsity parents, it's the JV parents. It's so true that you build the program on your young kids and you hope to instill in them values, and you need to work hard. Nationals isn't just a given. It shouldn't be something where you're just allowed to go. It has to be something where you've worked hard throughout the year, and it's something that you really deserve to be there. So I want all of the girls right now to stand up and give their parents the biggest round of applause you will ever hear. Stand up, girls, and scream and shout for your parents. I know you guys don't get enough thank yous and appreciation for all the hard work that you do.
You're still shushing, even on the last day.
You guys don't get enough appreciation for all you do, and we just want to let you know that we do see it. We know what you go through because we're on the other end of it, so we know how it works. I would also like to thank the administration at North, Steve and Dr. Crone. Without them and their support for cheerleading, our program would be terrible. I think some people don't realize that some schools don't think cheerleading is a sport. And they don't get anything. No recognition, no support. Half the time they could care less if they were even there. But at our school, we at least get the support and encouragement of our administration. There are schools who don't let their girls go to nationals, who don't let their girls go to competitions, who just want them to do games. So I think that we also owe our administration a round of applause for all of the support that they give us throughout the year. Along with that, I'd like to thank my husband and my sister and Elena for having to deal with all my griping and headaches and, oh, and how was practice today? I don't want to talk about it. And all the stress that we go through during the day. So thank you guys very much for all your support through the year. I would like to start off with a little synopsis of how our season went, and then I'm going to bring up the girls one at a time and do awards. What can I say about this year except for drama, drama, drama? We started the year with high hopes. We had a lot of girls coming back, we had a good JV team, we're going to get it together, and just seemed like every time we started to get it together, one string would unravel. There went the whole thing. And if you look back to the beginning of football season and where we've come from and where we ended, that alone is an achievement in itself. Now the fact that we did incredible everywhere we went. We survived it. That's kind of how we survived this season. So we went through just a lot of team drama, losing people, injuries. We had people getting hurt. People's personalities trying to mold with each other. When you have 22 17-year-olds and 16-year-olds and 15-year-olds and 18-year-olds, everyone trying to get along and make it work, you can see that it doesn't always click right away. So we overcame a lot. We didn't compete football season. We really used that as a time to grow and get better. Because as some of you might not know who are the newer parents, but a lot of the younger girls might not have known coming in either, we really set our goals high here. We don't accept laziness. We don't accept people not coming to practice or not being on time. This is a hard sport. It takes a lot of dedication and commitment, and that's what we expect from our team. And so this year we started out football season. We just had a little bit of a rough road, and we really ended up pulling it out. We fought and fought. And there was many times we sat at practice and said, okay guys, where are we going from here? Where do we want this program to be this year? What do we want at the end of the year when we walk out of this gym? Where do we want to be? And I know for me personally, we did a stunt this year called the two-man. For those of you who don't know cheerleading terminology, it was a stunt where one base and one back put up one girl, which some college teams aren't even doing it. Co-ed teams aren't even doing it. We went to nationals and we were the only team doing it. That was our team goal. We stuck with it, and wow, people. Everywhere we went, they're like, wow, there's only one girl under there. That's a lot of physical body strength to take one girl and lift her up above your head by yourself. So the fact alone that we were able to master that is an accomplishment in itself. But not only that, we were able to pull a whole routine together from all of the injuries and who's not here this week and who got hurt last week and so-and-so is missing, and we really were able to pull it together, and that alone says a lot about your character and who you are as people. Because there are people who can say, listen, let's just throw in the towel. Let's just call it a year. Let's just do what we can do and get through and worry about next year when it comes. And then there's the people who say, listen, all that's done and over with, and you can only get better from here. There's nowhere to go but up. And I gave you guys those two options. Where are we going? Road A or Road B? And the fact that you all stood up and took Road B and said, listen, we are better than this. We are going to be the best that we can be. And you really pushed yourselves and bonded together as a team to make it work, which I think is so important. We competed January 18th in Dunkirk, and that was right around all of we just lost a person like 2 weeks ago to knee surgery. And we were just trying to pull it together and figure out, what we could do, and we went to Dunkirk, and we won. Yay for us, congratulations. We walked out of there, it wasn't a perfect routine, but we walked out of there with confidence that, hey, we can do this, we can make this work, and we managed to come out of there with first place and grand champion. So congratulations to you guys on that.
Great.
Yeah. Great. If I hear that word great, I'm going to tell you, it haunts me in my sleep. Great. And they say it jokingly, like this term great that they've come up with that they say for everything. Kids are sarcastic about that, or the Tammer song, but we'll get to that later. We'll get to the Tammer song later. But next we went to ECC at Erie Community College, and I think that was one of our best performances. We hit almost all of our stunts. We had a couple of bobbles, but nothing fell, nothing came down. Oh, haha, bobbleheads, get it? We had a couple of bobbles.
Oh, God.
That was clever, by the way. That was very cute. But we managed to take first place and grand champion again. So we were on a roll at the beginning.
Put it in the tote.
Then to see that third competition there, we just pretend that would just happen. We have the Winter Cup jinx. And it's not because we got what we deserved. We didn't perform our best. We got third place. We deserved third place. And we walked out of there and we knew it. And we knew our next competition was KISS. And this was going to be the bang end of the year. This is our biggest competition of the year. So we come up against a lot of good teams. We've been first place and grand champion every year that I've been here as a coach. So it was a legacy for us to continue that. And after Canisius, which we came in third, you guys were gung-ho. Hey, let's get to it. Let's do KISS. Let's go out with a bang and hit it the way we want to hit it. We went to KISS. Not perfect, but pretty good. The good thing about us is that we might not do it perfect every time, but what we do is just so much more extravagant and so much more difficult than anybody else. So even if we have a couple bobbles, we still will score higher because our difficulty, we are trying harder stuff. So the people who are doing really easy stuff and can do it perfect, it's like me doing a somersault perfect or doing a back handspring a little sloppy. That's kind of how you have to think of it. And our routines are just so much better, and you guys might have had a couple of mistakes, but through the whole thing, you kept up the energy and you kept it going. And I have to say that South, their goal was to beat us this year. That was their team goal, South Cheerleading.
Oh, that's a shame.
It was such a shame that they could not fulfill their team goal this year, because we did beat them and win grand champion. Okay. So that deserves a round of applause. I would take to win another team's goal, but it's so sad. And now on to the trip, I call this. First we didn't know if we were going, then we were going, then there's a war, and then we really weren't going, but we were really gonna go. And we didn't know, by the time we got to the airport, we were just happy that we made it to the airport. So we thought, oh yeah, we're to the airport, we're gonna get to Florida, it's gonna be great.
Great.
And that's great. And then, 5 hours later, we were still at the airport. And the guy's telling me, how about we fly you to Atlanta and bus you to Orlando? Oh, I go, let me tell you what my principal would think about that one. No. I go, that is not, first of all, any of you guys who think that's a feasible idea should just call yourself crazy, because you get off the plane, get on the bus, drive all night,
6 hours.
get to Orlando at 6 in the morning, and then turn around and compete. Plus, you don't have any of that stuff passed through transportation, so that would be really good. So I told the guy, listen, that plan is not working it for me. I had some wonderful support parents back here saying, this is not going to work. So basically our options were, we weren't going to Florida. We were going to be back at our houses in Buffalo out $20,000. And by the grace of Almighty God and Lou and the persistence of me and our parents, we managed to arrive in Orlando at approximately, I don't know, 12:45 in the morning. Well, we arrived in the airport at 12:30.
Got to the hotel.
We did manage to make it to the hotel at around 2:30.
I know it's about spring. Got to 6.
You guys know, for those of you who were there, and for those of you who weren't there, Godspeed to you, you're very lucky. But just the emotions that take that week before nationals, and just the emotions that you go through. Are we going? Are we not going? Now we're going to war. Are we really safe going? And everything we went through that day, I was telling her, I'm like, it's a miracle that we were standing on that competition floor that day. It was a miracle we made it there. It was a miracle we were all in one piece, and we all had our sanity, and some of us had our sanity. And if nothing else, it was such a, at least for me, from what I've gathered, and I hope for you guys, it was such a great opportunity and such a good learning experience to get down there and see. People don't understand what cheerleading is all about in the big scope of life. Like, cheerleading down south, it is their life. They start when they're 5 years old. And when you come here and try to build a program to compete with teams like that, you really have to show the girls that this is what is expected of you. This is what they can do. Where do you want to be in the mix? And so we went to nationals, we got there finally, we got to bed, we got up, we went to competition, hurry, 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 and bada bing, bada boom, you're on the floor. It's quick, it's not like a normal sit around, Steve's come, sit around for 18 hours and then finally you perform. She's like, you guys haven't gone on yet? I'm like, no, we got about, I don't know, another 5 hours. And they're always running behind. So nationals is a different experience. You warm up on 3 mats, and you can see everybody's nerves were just jumping. The fatigue, the emotions, the little bit of sleep, and just the nerves of being in front of teams who are just incredible. And we measured up. There is no doubt in my mind. We measured up with every single one of those teams. We might have stepped out on that floor and not given the best performance we could have. But under the circumstances that we were in, we pulled it together. Like, I look at you and we were all disappointed and you come all this way